at the light at Bladensburg Road. Those of you who don't know, that's a three-lane street. I'm in the far left lane. This very attractive sister pulls up in the middle lane, and this brother pulls up on the right, and he hits his horn. Baba! And the sister looked over like she smelled something. First thing that dawned on me, my mother and my grandmother raised me, and they taught me two things. You don't whistle at a woman, and you don't blow your horn at a woman. Just disrespect. But then the sister did something else. She engaged that extra gear in her neck that only black women, you know, that thing, she did whatever that was. And she looked at him, and she had such a look of disgust on her face, and it started me to thinking, black women don't smile that often. No. And then I looked around the rest of the day, and I saw that black women really were not smiling that often. And then I started to think, well, I wonder why. So the next morning I woke up with this piece. It's called A Black Woman Smile. Do you know how strong you have to be to make a black woman smile? Oh, yeah, yeah. Do you have any idea what an accomplishment that is? Because she has borne the weight of this country on her back for 400 years. She's been carrying the load of America in her belly since its infancy. She has suffered the agony of unassisted, husbandless child rearing since the 1600s. Have you any idea how much strength it takes to put a smile on her face? You need the strength of Samson, the nerve of Joshua, and the courage of David facing Goliath. Because she has cultivated in her womb the marvel of the universe, only to have her hopes and dreams aborted and her aspirations show up dead on arrival. She's given birth to kings and queens and delivered on her majestic promise, only to have her children kidnapped and sold to a criminal with no respect for her words. If you can make a black woman smile, you are a miracle worker. Imagine breastfeeding your child in Virginia and having him snatched from your arms and branded, hijacked to Louisiana, and publicly fondled on a New Orleans auction block. If the memory of that pain was locked down in your DNA, would you be smiling? If you breastfed someone else's child, only to watch her grow old enough to call you darky, pickaninny, and nappy-headed jigaboo, you wouldn't be smiling either. If you can make a black woman smile, you have done something. If you can make her smile, you are stronger than Atlas, because God knows she has been. She's been raped and ravaged and scorned and nearly annihilated. She's been pimped and pummeled and stoned and deliberately depreciated. She has cooked and cleaned and sewn and never been compensated. Yo. She's been forced to watch the offspring of her loins mangled and maligned across centuries. Her character has been continuously smeared, assassinated over and over and over, again and again and again. You ever thought about how strong you have to be just to be a black woman? She's had to make brick without straw. After being stripped of all her customs, all her culture, and all her traditions. No other woman in the history of the civilized world has gone through what she's gone through. No other being on the planet has endured what she has endured. She's been chastised, criticized, demonized, and terrorized. She's had to stand when her man was bullwhipped for trying to stand. She's had to stand when her man was castrated for trying to stand. She's had to stand when her man was hung by his neck for trying to stand. She's had to carry her man, because every time he tried to carry himself, he was murdered for trying to do so. Ask Betty Shabazz about Malcolm. Ask Coretta Scott King about Martin. Ask Emmett Till's mother. Ask Medgar Evers' wife. If you can make a black woman smile, you have achieved something. Since 1619, when we came in chains, the entire world's been messing with her brain, disrespecting her, calling her out of her name, and she's tired. Just plain Fannie Lou Hamer tired. Tired of being called B words and H words and N words. The one thing in this world that will make a black woman smile is her man. A real man. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, she'll smile. She'll smile regularly and gladly. So man up, my brother. Man up. And make your woman smile.
How about it? How about it?
Treat her like the queen that she is.
How about
She
it?
deserves it. And recognize this. In all of God's creation, there is nothing more alluring, more appealing, or attractive. There's nothing more beautiful. There's nothing more charming, more charismatic, more captivating. There's nothing more delightful. There's nothing more elegant or exquisite. There's nothing more fascinating. There's nothing more inspiring, more intoxicating, more invigorating. There's nothing more magnificent. There's nothing more lovely than a black woman's smile.